So you've just decided to homeschool and you've thought about your homeschooling method, and now you're thinking about different curriculum and you're wondering, what can I do? I'm a Christian, and what program is going to be good for me? Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 homeschooling curriculum.
Hey there, please like my channel because I'll be releasing more videos like this soon.
So you've just started homeschooling and you're thinking about curriculum, you're a Christian and you're wondering, what should I pick? Today we're going to be talking about 5 curriculum options that I love. My first one is the BJU Homeschooling Curriculum. The reason I love this one is because it is extremely high quality. Compared to other ones out there, it's very, very thorough and exceptionally well presented. It gives you different options. You can teach the children yourself, or you can farm that out to BJU teachers as well. If you love a particular subject, you can choose to teach that yourself. So a lot of parents might love language arts and they might not like math so much. So you can choose to do whatever you want. Obviously, the self-teaching option is cheaper. Now, this is quite an expensive homeschooling program. So you can either get little bits of the curriculum, little bits of subjects here and there, or you can choose to do the whole lot. The BJU homeschooling curriculum uses the traditional homeschooling method. Other programs like this one include a Becker and also a lot of Alpha Omega publishing material like Switched-on-Schoolhouse, Monarch Life Pack, and Horizons, those sorts of things. Very similar. The cost of this program, if you do want to get a complete year for one child, is about $800 to $900 depending on what you get. My second pick is Memoria Press. This is a classical homeschooling curriculum and it's written obviously by Christians for Christians. This follows after the classical method, and it will teach Latin to your children, teach them debating and logic and that sort of thing. I think these are things that are really sorely lacking these days, and so that's, I think for me, I might do something like classical homeschooling curriculum because I love debating myself and I love language, so I would enjoy learning Latin, but I can absolutely understand that's not how everybody feels. And so that would be Memoria Press. Other programs like this, if you're in America, a great option is Classical Conversations, so you can do this in a co-op with other children. There's also Veritas Press, which is very similar to Memoria Press also. The cost for Memoria Press varies depending on the grade and the electives chosen. So for your first graders, you'll find that you can pay about $335, something like that, and that will get you a year's worth of curriculum. If they get to 10th grade, the price goes up to something like $1,000. So yeah, it's a little bit more expensive. And then if you're in high school, children will be choosing their electives, so the price will depend on what electives they choose. A fourth option, if you're a large family and you just want a pretty affordable curriculum, is Schoolhouse Teachers. So this program is basically a conglomeration of subjects. It has lots and lots of subjects to choose. So if you have a child who might be interested in lots of different things, they can do that. Probably the big draw card to the Schoolhouse Teachers is that you get access to all grades and all material. So this means for a yearly fee, if you've got a family of 10 children, you can homeschool them all for that one fee. So it's usually around $200 depending on what you get. And there's also a lot of sales on, so make sure you look out for a sale. If you're really keen to have a program where you don't have any physical textbooks and your children are online, you could consider Switched-on-Schoolhouse. So the reason Switched-on-Schoolhouse by Alpha Omega Publishing is really popular is that everything is done online. This means that they read online and then they do their tests online, and then those tests are kept as transcripts for you, so you can look over those and you can help them. This really appeals to a lot of parents today, as it sort of outsources a lot of the teaching, and you don't have all these materials around and children are doing things online. There's a lot of parents who also think it is the way of the future as well, so they look to do this. They start making their curriculum for grade 3. Perhaps that's because they think it's not a good idea for children to be looking at a screen all the time below these ages, but they go from grade 3 to grade 12. So a very, very popular homeschooling curriculum, probably the most popular today. Again, this uses the traditional homeschooling method. So other programs like this one would be BJU or Rebecca, which are quite similar in terms of content. For cost, it's about $400 to $450 a year. And of course, we have to mention our 5th option, which is Easy Peasy All-in-One. The reason this one is popular is because it's free, and that appeals to a lot of people. A lot of people who are homeschooling perhaps are doing it on one income, and that can be really difficult. So if they don't have to think about the cost of a curriculum, then they can spend more money on extracurricular subjects and on perhaps one parent staying home to educate their children. And that's why this is really popular. So Easy Peasy All-in-One, I guess, would be traditional, but it has some elements of Charlotte Mason homeschooling, living books and that sort of thing. Everything is online, but she does have PDFs, so you can print out the lessons if you don't want your kids stuck to a computer screen all day. For me, that would be a really important point. I would be really keen to have textbooks for my children, as I don't want them being online all day. Not only because it's a temptation for different things, but because I would like them to be able to concentrate on things around them and not let life go by while they're looking at a screen. Not that that's what always happens, but that would be my thought process on that. I hope you've really enjoyed this homeschooling video today. If you have any comments, leave them in the section below. Let me know what other homeschooling curriculum you want me to review or talk about, and let me know if you have any interesting homeschooling questions as well, and I'll try and do my best to answer them. If you've liked this video, please like it, subscribe, comment, tell your friends about it, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.